Hey everybody, how are you doing today? So we had a real cold snap. I talked about that before. Now we've had the weather warm up and lots of things are growing. We're going to look at compost today. So I like to say I'm a lazy gardener. Whatever works for me is great. I also live in the Great Smoky Mountains in the middle of the woods. So things like to come for food scraps. Now, I don't keep a trash box or anything like that, even though we have bears, foxes, coyotes, raccoons, you name it. I just don't throw any food scraps in the trash. I throw them in my compost. Now, it's really fun because if you look up information about composting, it tells you all these rules you're supposed to do to actually have good compost. Well, remember I said I'm a lazy gardener. I discovered a few years ago that I can use tires to collect and then turn the scraps. I don't separate my scraps. I throw raw vegetables, cooked vegetables, raw meat scraps, cooked meat scraps. The only thing I don't throw in my compost is chicken, because my chickens also get into my compost. I usually throw that out in the woods. But birds, animals, everything comes, sorts through my compost. Eventually it makes some really cool stuff. So here, we're gonna check it out. Here we go. So today I've been working on emptying out one of them. I may get to the other one, but it made me go, hey, maybe I should show you guys. Again, I'm a lazy gardener. I don't separate anything. So you can see that I have these 3 tires, right? They're on the edge of my property. I keep my bird feeder over here too, because all the little birds love to get in here. Some kind of creature is gonna eat anything you throw out. Nature is the best recycler. So this morning I came out, and of course you can see I dumped out some random compost. It's got everything from lemon rinds to rice to old flowers, coffee grinds. I literally just throw everything in the same place. Now here, this one, you can see it's been sitting for a while and I need to turn it too, right? So this one I just got into, and I got so excited that I stopped so I could come make you guys a video. So I want you to check this out. Now, I haven't turned these in probably most of a year, probably at least last summer. I just dump things. I don't care. Now, what you're gonna see is how nice and dark this dirt is. Look at all those worms. Oh man, so many worms. It's amazing. It took me a little bit of work with my hand trowel to get everything out of the tire because it had grown in and it was all excited, and it looked just like that on the top, and I was like, oh, all right, so let's turn it. Now, as you can see, some things like the eggshells and seeds and whatnot have not composted yet, but that's okay. So now I have this beautiful dark dirt. It's literally everything that we eat that gets thrown out, or that we don't eat that gets thrown out, that makes this. So I'm gonna see if I can get into this one for you just a little bit so I can show you what I'm talking about. We use an espresso machine. We get a lot of coffee grounds. Of course, nothing really picks those out, so that's okay. But, oh, look at there. There's a worm. Oh, look at that. Look at that. So if I were to dump this one over while you were watching, which I probably won't do because I only have one hand at the moment. Look at this. Look at these beautiful babies doing their job. Now, whether or not I decide to collect this compost to use it for my garden this moment, or whether I leave it to continue to feed the birds and the other creatures that like to come, it works. You can follow all of the good rules to separate your compost and make sure that you're doing everything the way the master gardeners say. But I'm here to tell you that lazy gardening works if you have a little patience and you have an agreement with nature. So this looks kind of weird from far away, right? You pull up in my driveway, you're like, what are those tires over there behind the bird feeder? They're nature working for me. Thanks again, guys. I'll be back soon with more adventures at Fantastica. Remember, we are a part of nature, not apart from nature.